Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of my epic chicken coop build. Today we're going to be working on the foundation for the run and hopefully framing out the run. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to The Art of Doing, where we seek to inspire you to practice doing new and different things, discover new passions, and explore new curiosities. Today we're going to continue the epic coop build. As you can see, I've already laid out where I'm going to be doing some digging. It's going to be a lot of digging today. I'm prepping out for the foundation for the run. The run is going to be all the way down to a total of 30 feet. 22 feet of run, 8 feet of coop. I'm going to be, I already marked out all the spots on both sides and squared and plumbed it for where all the supports are going to be. So let's get to digging. I am going to dig down just below the sod till I hit firm ground. I'm going to lay down a couple inches of paver base, pack it down, and then layer on some cinder block and paver stone, with a paver stone being at the top. And over that we're going to lay ground contact 2x4. And you'll see all of this play out. It's going to be nasty. Okay, folks, I'm going to start doing some digging. I don't know if you can hear, but of course my neighbor through the woods is pouring his new driveway today, so we got a lot of background noise. So this is a good day to be doing a bunch of digging. I'll probably cut out a lot of this, but I'll show you a little of it to begin with anyway. I'll throw this in the existing run. The chickens love the grass. No sense wasting some turf. Oh, by the way, the reason these two are going to be so close together is there's a door going here. Otherwise, I'd be going about 4 feet. I'm going to go edge of the 2x4 pressure treated and middle of the 2x4 pressure treated. And I think that'll give me enough support to not sag. Okay, I've got a couple of my foundation spots put in and level. And the first couple under the coop were actually below grade, so I wasn't able to put a string out. Now that I have a couple and the grade is starting to drop, I'm going to put in a string, level off of these two, throw in a line level, and then I'll be able to build up to that string without having to throw a 2x4 and a long level over it. Okay, that's perfect. So now I just have to bring my foundation spots up to this string, then I don't have to keep on leveling across. That was hard digging work. This side is done. Gotta work on the other side. The ground on this side is actually a little lower than on that side, so I can start with the string level, which will save me a little bit of time. So I'm going to run this out now, and then we'll get to digging on this side. I've been marking where the center of the stake goes for when I pull out the stake, so I still have a reference of where to center the blocks. Now you might have noticed I've got two different shovels. I've got the pointed shovel for digging, and I've got the flat shovel for scraping the bottom and kind of squaring everything out. I'm not digging to a certain depth, I'm just digging to where the topsoil isn't loose and I get kind of to a firm spot. It doesn't have to be super level, that's what the leveling sand is for, and I'm just trying to dig out as small of a hole as I can, but still be able to fit a cinder block in it. that took a lot longer than I was hoping, but I've got all the supports down both long sides done. Now I'm going to put one support in the middle. This is an 8-foot wide section. I'm going to put one foundation support in the middle. The question is exactly how far down is the 30 feet. So I'm going to measure down and mark the 30 feet on this block. Measure down, mark the 30 feet on that block. And then I'll measure in between and get that support spot. Are you excited? Because I'm excited. It's going to be nasty, and I'm really all set with all this digging. Here we go. Okay, got an X right here for the 30 foot. That's going to be the last corner of the run. And 30 foot right here. Now these two spots don't have to be exactly 8 feet. You know, the last spot could be here and here, if that makes sense. But I want to get 8 feet between these two and find the middle. And then I'm going to stick a stake, and that's where we're going to put our last foundational support. You know what? I'm just going to get a 2x4x8. Got a pretty good straight one, so I can use this for leveling as well. That's pretty good. So right about here is the end wall of the run. We get 4 feet to the center. So we'll mark that spot. Now we dig my last hole. Wow, it's about equal to that hole. That's nice. Okay, finally we can build some of these run walls. This is going to be the only really funky one. It's going to have a door in the middle of it to get it for me to get into the run, and I'm going to make it wide enough for a wheelbarrow to get through. So let's lay this one out and slap it together. So this wall is a little fun, so I figured I'd explain it to you here. This first stud is 2 foot on center. There's no 0 foot on this one because it's going to slide into the base of the coop. And I've got my opening for the door, 2 jack studs, and I'll frame out that top. This is 6 foot on center, and that's 8 foot. So that I can still lay my hardware cloth out, and my joists for the roof will still land over the 2, 6, and 8, and you'll see I'll put a header on that, and I'll have another top stud at 4 feet. It's coming together. Alright, let's build some of the standard walls. Almost forgot. Putting a 2x4 of ground contact pressure treated under the wall. That'll sit right on top of the foundation. Just give me a little extra rot protection. And at the end of the wall, I'm going to let it overhang 1.5 inches. Just enough for the weight of the next 2x on the next wall to sit on top of it. Just to kind of join these walls together a little bit better. And again, when I'm going through the 2 studs, into the 2 base plates and into the studs, I'm going to use 3.5 screw. When I'm just joining the 2 2x4s together, I'm going 2.5. And I'm not pre-drilling this because I'm just going in the center. I'm not close to the edge. I'm not worried about it splitting. Okay, so this is the last wall on the one side. So I'm gonna have the pressure treated flush with the end of this wall. And then this side, the wall right before it will slide right under. Okay, got all the pieces cut for this wall. This is the end of the run wall. And I'm also gonna have a door on that one. It's a lot shorter, but this is to let them out to the back of the run to get even extra free range. So let's put this one together. Forgot to hit record, but I just put some 3.5-inch deck screws down through the triple top plate to hold the frame out for this door. And now I'm gonna smack together this pressure treated base that's going to sit on the foundation, and then we'll build the last 3 walls. So I'm not sure if I showed you guys how I do my layouts. So if I'm doing it again, forgive me. Basically, it's going to be a stud right on the edge. This is going to be my top plate. This is going to be my bottom plate. So I don't have to really measure out for that first stud. I marked it with an X. It's going to sit there. We know exactly where it's going to go. So the next stud I want to be 2 feet on center. In other words, right, the middle of the stud is going to be right here. So a stud is 1.5 inches wide. So we're going to go back 3/4 of an inch to 1'11¼ inch. And that's going to be the outside edge of my stud, and the stud is going to sit there. So I'm going to mark with my speed square a line for that stud and an X. So when I line this up, that stud is going to sit right on that line. If I draw a line for the middle of the stud, when I go to put the stud on it, I'm going to lose it and I may be off a little bit. And then I'm going to mark that, just like that, all the way down, 1/4 inch back from on center. And I'm going to transfer this line to the bottom plate. Snapped my drill bit. Okay, back with another drill bit. I gotta trim this base plate off a little bit. Much better. All right, everybody. That's the last run wall. This is where I cross my fingers as I put them all up and hope everything fits together as well as I hope. Let's get it. Okay, a little bit of fine tuning, and then I'll start joining these together. A little tricky by myself, but let's see what we got. probably shouldn't have stood on the top of that ladder. But I didn't want to run and get my taller ladder. I should have run and got the taller ladder. Okay, got the taller ladder. I'm a little more prepared for this one. I'm going to put in the last wall on this side. I should have, you could argue that I should have started from this side. But since I'm working by myself, I had more stability starting from the end back. So I might have to shimmy this whole run closer here. And in order to connect the run to the coop, I'm going to have to put on the siding. And I don't want to quite do that yet. So I'm just going to put in this last wall, butt it up to it, make sure it fits well, and continue building the rest of the run. Let's get this last wall on this side. Now if you like what you see so far, make sure you click that subscription, click the notification bell so you always know what type of content we have coming out. Give me a like on this video, share this stuff with your friends. I'm always trying to help get the word out to inspire people to try doing new things. Lord knows I'm trying to build a chicken coop here. This is my biggest project I've ever built, and so far it's coming out well. Let's stick around. I'm going to throw up these last two walls. Put this piece on the wrong side. I could flip the wall around. Finally got smart and mounted the brace board before I stood the wall up. And of course I mounted it on the wrong side. By the way, the bracing on the top is just temporary till I get the rafters across. I'm going to put a double top plate on that. So don't sweat that detail too much. So I already preemptively painted the end grain of this wood and the side of this pressure treated 4x4. So when they butt up against each other I get a nice solid seal, but I'll still silicone it. And I just have to pop this whole wall down. It was 1.5 inches. So I'm going to move it down on that end first, kind of shuffle it down. Wow, that fits so nice. All right, let's screw this one together. I'm going to put a brace here and a brace over there. Bottom popped out a bit. All right, everybody, what do you think so far? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below what you think I should have done differently, what you think of the progress so far. I'm really excited about how far it's shaping up. So far, my rookie amateur measurements have been holding up. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to throw on the rafters and put on the lean-to style roof. So that should be exciting. First roof I've ever done. Thank you for staying with me. Let's always remember to practice kindness, practice compassion, and practice humility. And thank you for spending some time with me to help me practice the art. Let's do it. Click to subscribe up there. Some good videos to watch over here. Thanks, everybody.